Here's a request I decided to take on. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Right Opinion, the home of a twat with too much free time. And let's talk about parties. No, not the mediocre house party that you went to and got absolutely wankered before passing out on the jizz-stained sofa. I mean political parties, specifically third parties in the grand United States of America. Now, third parties are generally underrepresented, and there are two reasons for that. The status quo, and obviously it's a constant loop, and no one can even touch the amount of money spent on party promotion between the Democrats and the Republicans, and the media's focus only accentuates the advantage as well. But there's not much more to say here. The system is bullshit and it'll probably stay bullshit for a while to come. But let's have a look at what the other options may or may not be on your ballot paper depending on where you live. We're going to talk about the one and only other party that you can vote for all over in the land of the free, the Libertarian Party. This is the prominent one that some people care about. Basically, they have more conservative-oriented economic policies and more socially liberal policies that wouldn't be out of place in the Democrat Party. To sum up, with respect to economics, they want lower taxes, to abolish the IRS, to decrease the national debt, to allow people to opt out of Social Security, and they also want to eliminate the welfare state. On the social side, they support same-sex marriage, ending capital punishment, and want to end the prohibition on drugs. The only social issue they're quite uniform on is the support of gun ownership, which is unsurprising given how the US public feel about it.
America, fuck yeah!
There you go.
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only.
They could probably amass some support if they had any coverage at all. The only coverage right now is Gary Johnson, the head of the party, not knowing where or what Aleppo is. I think it's highly likely that they'll garner more votes than previous elections. They're on every ballot paper this time round, and that should definitely help them. Progress, albeit little by little, is what matters. Now we have the Green Party, which is, needless to say, fairly standard of what you'd expect of any country's Green Party. However, if you live in Nevada, Oklahoma, or South Dakota, you'll be disappointed to hear that you won't be able to vote for your favourite revolutionary far-left political force. I don't know what else to say about them really, mainly because their website is a fucking bitch to navigate, and because their policies are pretty typical. Far left, far left, far left, far left, and far left to sum up. If that's your cup of tea, then fair enough. And then we have our independent candidate this time round, good old Evan McMullin, who's doing quite well in Utah, but no other state. He's basically the pro-Muslim Republican alternative to Donald Trump. Most of his policies are quite conservative with regards to military, abortion, all the usual suspects. However, he is in favour of maintaining Obamacare though, which is interesting. Although he does think the US can do better, he's certainly a political force to say the least, and it'll be intriguing to see if he can win Utah, although unlikely. So what does that leave us with? The final, the one, the only Constitution Party, who want to restore the USA to their biblical foundations. One of their policies is to oppose suicide. Admittedly, admirable, but it would be slightly hard to enforce as a legal policy. To sum up, these guys have no chance. They also oppose pornography, and that is a deal breaker with most hard-working Americans. Listen, I don't need to go into too much depth. If you've read the Bible, like most people haven't, oh shit. Oh well, just fuck it, take a guess. Christian stuff. So, what do I think? I'd say the Libertarian Party would have the best chance collectively at splitting the vote, but they don't have enough gravitas this election. Maybe sometime in the future they'll rise, their policies seem to be the most realistic to the American voting demographic, although they're kind of trying to be this political middle between two sides that are pretty thinly spread and pretty incompatible with each other. That may change in the future, and hopefully won't see this domination that does really narrow the political debate, because although I don't agree with all their policies, it would certainly be interesting to have a balancing factor. Anyway, we're well into election month, and I'm enjoying this thoroughly. I hope you are. I'm The Right Opinion, and I'll see you in the next one.